Hey, what's up guys, it's Justin again, and this time I'll be bringing you guys some Black Ops gameplay. This is a regular Domination. This is a regular Domination game, so it's going to be 6v6. In this game, I'm playing with my brother D-Rox9, Snarky Bidoof, and one of my buddies that I met on Twitter. His name is Ian Bits. Some of you guys may already know him. He's actually a really cool guy to play with, and he uses these obscure weapons and gets really good scores with them. So he's a really good player to play with, and there's one thing that I want to talk about concerning Ian Bits, because it's one important thing I think a lot of you guys should take into consideration when partying up with other people, but I'll get into that in a second. We'll talk about class and kill streaks really quick. I'm using the AK47 with a silencer on it, and my perks are, what are they? Scavenger Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Marathon Pro. My brother actually uses this gun a lot, and so I was trying to make fun of him by saying this is a noob gun, but I believe it's the exact same gun as the Commando. A lot of you guys know that is my gun of choice. But here's a question for you guys. Is the AK47 and the Commando the exact same gun? Because the only difference I can see is that the Commando has faster raise time or aim down sight time, and it has a faster reload time. But when I look at the recoil numbers on the Den Curson website, they're exactly the same. So if you guys know the answer to that, let me know in the comment section. I believe that the AK has up and down recoil or visual recoil, and I just got a Blackbird really quick too, so I don't know how fast that was, but it was pretty quick. But let me know in the comment section your guys' thoughts on the Commando versus the AK. So, like I said earlier, I was talking about Ian Bits and how he's a really nice guy to play with. His attitude is kind of similar to mine when I'm not raging. Okay, he's kind of even keel and kind of laid back, and that's what I like. And so, a lot of you guys, if you're playing Black Ops with a party of 6 or 4 or 5, you got to take that into consideration, because lately some of the guys that I play with, they rage a lot, and that's kind of distracting. It's kind of annoying. And so typically if one guy's doing bad and you're doing bad, you don't want to hear about how somebody's whatever they're doing. Okay, so I try not to get too mad when I play, and so Ian Bits is really cool. He's kind of laid back. If something bad happens, he's just like, hey, it just happened. So I really like that. I really like playing with guys that are laid back like that. So when you're thinking about making your team, make sure that you take that chemistry into consideration, because you want to get guys like that on your team. So I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or if he makes videos, but shout out to him. But we're going to talk about, one more thing I want to talk about was the kill streaks in here. I'm using Spy Plane, Blackbird, Chopper Gunner. So usually on really good teams I would use Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, Dogs. But I noticed that when I kind of use the higher end kill streaks, because of my playstyle, I always die a lot. I get really mad. I told you not to get mad just now. I get really mad when I die at 7. I always die at 7 kills. And if I have hardline, I always die at 6 kills. So it's really, really tough for me. So I've tried to make it go Black or Spy Plane, Blackbird, Chopper Gunner on levels like this. If it was like Summit, where a Chopper Gunner doesn't do very well, I would go Spy Plane, Blackbird, and then Attack Dogs. But lately, and I'll tell you guys this in the next video, because I'm going to foreshadow to the next video, I've been using non-lethal kill streaks, and I'll tell you why. It's not to prove to you guys that I'm really good. It was for a different reason altogether, and I think a lot of you guys may benefit from that reasoning as well. But I got to get into this Q&A video, because if I don't, I'm going to run out of time. There's about 4 minutes left in the video, and I'll do that right now. So in my last video, I asked if you guys would like to see a Q&A video, and actually the comments and the views were really, really quick. So I'll try to do this Q&A really quickly. So these are kind of questions that I came up with. But the idea of this is that you guys put your own questions in there. So I want to give you guys general information so that you won't have to ask me this general information when you do write the comments in there. So first of all, my name is Justin. You guys already know that. I am 28 years old, and I'll start off with a simple question. The question I wrote down was, who is my favorite Swedish commentator? And now that's an obvious answer, because the Incredible Orb is my favorite Swedish commentator. But he's pretty cool, so go check him out. He's always sending viewers my way, so I gotta give a big shout out to him. But he's pretty funny, and we had a pretty good time on this dual commentary with Snarky Bidoof, so go check that out too. But I really like him as a commentator. I don't really watch too many commentators, but I do watch Orb, and I guess I can talk about the other ones too. I watch Marka J a lot, because his playstyle is the only one of the few guys that I can see that actually rushes the whole time, and Sandy Ravage, a lot of you guys are subbed to him too. But I'll go into more about me. First video game system I ever had was a Nintendo Entertainment System, and the first console game I ever had was Mario Brothers. So that was in we got it late, so it was probably 1989. The Nintendo came out in 1985, so if a lot of you guys probably don't even know what that is, but that was the first gaming system that I ever had. My favorite game of all time is It's Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Okay, so the first game that I ever thought that I was competitive at, and if they had HD PVRs back then, or even PVRs back then, I thought Street Fighter 2 was my game. And I lived in Hawaii at that time, so for those that don't know, there's like a lot of really good gamers because there's a lot of Asian people in Hawaii, and the Asian dudes love fighting games. Okay, so there's pretty stiff competition out there, and Street Fighter 2 Turbo was probably my favorite game. I was pretty good at that, and that's one of my favorite games. Probably my favorite game of all time. Next question, what's your favorite movie? My favorite movie right now that I can remember is Inception. So if a lot of you guys, it's kind of like that higher level thinking, so if you guys are into that kind of stuff, it's kind of long, but I died by that stupid claymore. That was a Blackbird kill I was going to get right there too. But Inception's my favorite movie. Christopher Nolan, who directed Batman, the first Batman Begins, and The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises coming out next year. He directed Inception, and it's pretty good. Plays a lot of tricks on your mind, so that's a good movie to check out if you have the time. My favorite TV show is kind of funny. I never really had roommates. I've lived with, I guess, 2 roommates in my entire life, and they're pretty good friends of mine. And 2 shows that we would always watch, because it comes on at 6 o'clock here and probably the same for you guys, is Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Okay, now I'm not saying Jeopardy so that we sound smart. We actually don't know the answers to Jeopardy, but it was funny seeing how negative we can get. So we'd watch Jeopardy at 6, but Wheel of Fortune was kind of like my game. All right, that was my show. So on the wheel, I own the wheel. Okay, so that's my favorite TV show. I like Pat Sajak. It's a pretty funny show. He's a pretty good host, and it's always fun to see how horrible some of these guys are on Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune is my favorite show. And let me see, favorite sport, favorite team. Okay, so I'm kind of a football nut. I play a lot of fantasy football, a lot of stuff like that, and I'm really into football. And so actually coming up here, here's like a good rushing move. I don't suggest you do it. I call it a "it doesn't matter" move, because it doesn't matter what they do in this thing at all. I just can't stop killing them. So it's coming up right here. I get these guys in their spawn, and I think there's guys behind me, so I turn around really quick, and then there's a ghost guy and this guy, and I just automatically get the Blackbird, put it up. I'm trying to get my chopper out right now. So favorite sport, football. I'm really into that. All the teams, all the players, all that stuff. You guys want to talk about that, we can talk about that too. And my favorite team, they haven't been doing very well right now, but the Oakland Raiders. And I called the president in right now, tell him that we won. Victory 201-52. So favorite team was the Oakland Raiders. Favorite sport is the NFL. So if you guys have any other questions, look at that, Ian Bits with the gold MPL. I like this already. Man, all his gold guns. I saw all his gold guns, and I want to get some too. But that Marathon Pro is a pain in the ass. So my final score was 60-6 with 0 caps, the way I like it. So I think I got probably 59 kills into the chopper gunner. But other than that, put questions in the comment section. I'll try to get them up on the next video. So Q&A. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.